Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, on to the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. Rumours have been swirling around Celtic Park for weeks, but now it seems the inevitable might finally be happening. Daizen Maida, the Japanese forward who has lit up the Scottish Premiership with his pace, skill and relentless work rate, is on the verge of leaving Celtic. Fans have been torn between awe at his performances and anxiety over the possibility of losing such a key player, and now whispers from inside the club suggest that negotiations with a foreign suitor are progressing faster than anyone expected. Maida's knack for finding space in the box and his uncanny ability to link up play with precision passing have made him an indispensable figure under Ange Postecoglou, and his sudden departure could leave a massive void in Celtic's attacking setup. People close to the matter hint that financial pressures and a lucrative offer from abroad could be the driving force behind this move, and insiders are already speculating about which leagues could tempt him away from Scotland's top flight. The uncertainty is palpable among supporters who have taken to social media to express disbelief and sorrow, but the narrative emerging from multiple sources seems to point towards a transfer that could reshape Celtic's offensive ambitions. Reports indicate that clubs from both Europe and Asia are circling, sensing an opportunity to acquire a player whose reputation is growing beyond the confines of the Scottish Premiership. Maida's adaptability, combined with his tireless attitude on the pitch, has made him a target for teams looking to inject dynamism into their front line. Celtic, on the other hand, are faced with a difficult dilemma: resist temptation and risk losing their star player for nothing next season, or accept a record-breaking fee that could fund multiple reinforcements but leave a glaring hole in their current squad. The Scottish fans are restless, debating every tweet, every post, and every hint dropped by the club and player representatives. Some insiders even suggest that Maida has been hinting at the move in interviews, speaking about ambitions beyond Celtic and expressing gratitude while subtly signaling his readiness for a new challenge. If true, this could mark the end of a chapter for both the player and the club, leaving supporters nostalgic and nervous in equal measure. The Celtic faithful know the value of a player like Maida, not just in goals but in leadership and inspiration, which makes this potential exit all the more devastating. Whispers also hint that negotiations have reached a critical stage, with agents working behind the scenes to finalize details that could be revealed at any moment. Maida's contractual situation reportedly gives him leverage, making the decision less about money and more about timing and opportunity. It is said that scouts from top European leagues have been observing him closely, impressed not only by his finishing, but also by his tactical intelligence, pressing ability, and unyielding energy. The discussions are delicate, with Celtic demanding recognition of his value, while potential suitors are testing the limits of what the club will accept. The pressure on Celtic's board is immense, balancing ambition, financial reality, and the wrath of fans who have built a strong emotional connection with Maida over 2 intense seasons. Rumors from Japanese media outlets add another layer of intrigue, suggesting that a move back to Asia could also be on the table, which would come as a shock to European observers, but might align with personal goals or family considerations. In any scenario, it is becoming increasingly clear that Maida's departure, if confirmed, would send shockwaves through Scottish football, redefining the dynamics at the top of the Premiership and leaving rivals watching eagerly. Some fans have even started speculating about potential replacements, though the reality is that finding someone to fill Maida's shoes would be no easy task. His blend of acceleration, clinical finishing, and ability to drag defenders out of position is unique, and his absence would require a tactical reshuffle by post-Coglou, potentially altering the team's style and effectiveness. The conversation among supporters is frenetic, with social media threads buzzing with suggestions ranging from young prospects to established stars, all while hoping that Celtic can either retain Maida or at least secure a deal that honors his contribution. Meanwhile, whispers from insiders suggest that the timing of the announcement could coincide with transfer windows in other leagues, indicating strategic planning rather than a sudden decision. Every report is dissected, every statement analyzed, and every possible scenario debated with obsessive attention, reflecting the emotional stakes for a club that has grown accustomed to the forward's relentless energy and decisive interventions. The tension is nearly tangible, and the rumors are only intensifying as each day brings fresh speculation and potential confirmation of what could be a monumental shift at Celtic. Meanwhile, pundits across Scotland are weighing in, offering their interpretations of the situation, some predicting that Maida's exit could spark a period of instability, while others argue that the club's financial gains could fund a strategic rebuild. The conversation has gone beyond simple football analysis. It now touches on loyalty, ambition, and the challenges faced by Scottish clubs in retaining top talent amid global competition. Every insider report, every cryptic social media post, and every agent whisper is scrutinized as fans attempt to read between the lines. This level of scrutiny adds to the narrative drama, almost turning Maida's potential transfer into a story as compelling as a high-stakes thriller. The sense of inevitability is growing, yet hope remains alive among supporters who dream of a last-minute change of heart or an unexpected renewal. In this complex mix of anticipation, anxiety, and excitement, Celtic and Maida are at the center of a whirlwind that could redefine careers, club fortunes, and the landscape of Scottish football in ways no one can yet fully predict. The atmosphere around Celtic Park is electric yet tense, charged with speculation and a mixture of admiration and heartbreak. Supporters are bracing themselves, knowing that if Maida leaves, it will not just be the loss of a player, but the departure of a symbol of hope, creativity, and sheer determination. Rumors suggest that final decisions are imminent, and insiders warn that a public announcement could come sooner than expected, leaving fans scrambling to adjust emotionally and strategically. The conversation has reached cafes, pubs, and homes across Scotland, reflecting the communal nature of football obsession, where the highs and lows of a single transfer can unite and divide communities. In this context, every whisper carries weight, every report feels consequential, and every scenario fuels debates that blend realism with wishful thinking. As Celtic prepare for what might be a defining moment in their recent history, the footballing world watches with bated breath, anticipating whether Daizen Maida's brilliance will continue at Parkhead or move on to a new stage where his talents could shine even brighter, forever altering the narrative of Scottish football and leaving an indelible mark on those who have followed his journey with unwavering passion. The speculation surrounding Daizen Maida's future has now escalated to almost fever pitch, with whispers from multiple insiders suggesting that Celtic may be preparing for a seismic shift in their squad composition. Sources close to the club hint that talks with interested parties are moving at a rapid pace, with agents reportedly discussing terms that could see Maida depart sooner than anyone imagined. The idea of losing such a pivotal player has sent shockwaves through fan communities, where debates rage from online forums to local pubs, dissecting every potential scenario and transfer strategy. Some supporters cling to hope, believing that Celtic's management might find a way to retain their star forward, perhaps by offering him a new contract that acknowledges his contribution and promises growth, while others brace for the inevitability of a lucrative departure. Meanwhile, pundits speculate on the broader implications, pointing out that a sale could provide the club with substantial funds for reinforcements, but also force Postecoglou to rethink his attacking blueprint entirely. The very notion of Maida leaving evokes a complex mixture of excitement, anxiety, and nostalgia among fans, as he has become more than just a goal scorer. He represents energy, tactical intelligence, and a relentless drive that lifts the entire squad. Adding fuel to the fire, there are claims that European scouts have intensified their attention, reportedly attending multiple matches to observe Maida's movement, decision-making, and versatility on the pitch. The whispers indicate that clubs in France, Germany, and Belgium have expressed keen interest, viewing him as a player who can adapt quickly to more competitive leagues while maintaining his distinctive style. Celtic, on their end, are purportedly engaged in a delicate balancing act, trying to maximize financial gain without destabilizing the squad or alienating their fan base. Discussions of potential replacement targets have begun circulating, though insiders caution that replicating Maida's blend of pace, finishing, and off-the-ball intelligence is no simple task, and any new signing would carry the weight of expectations that the Japanese forward has carefully built over 2 seasons. The tension is amplified by subtle hints from Maida himself, whose interviews suggest ambition and openness to new challenges, though couched in gratitude for his time in Scotland. This combination of club pressure, fan anticipation, and external interest has created a perfect storm, making every statement, gesture, and report subject to scrutiny, with the outcome still hanging by the narrowest of threads. The social media reaction has been relentless as Celtic supporters express disbelief, frustration, and an almost palpable sense of betrayal at the mere possibility of Maida leaving. Fans dissect every article, every tweet, and every post, hunting for confirmation or reassurance, while online pundits weigh in with conflicting narratives that only add to the chaos. Rumors suggest that Maida's potential suitors are preparing to make their final bids, and the timing of such announcements could be as strategic as any tactical decision on the pitch, designed to maximize leverage and minimize resistance. In tandem, Japanese media are reportedly covering the situation intensively, speculating on Maida's next destination and highlighting the global interest in a player who has thrived outside his home country. Celtic's management, meanwhile, appear to be walking a fine line, balancing financial pragmatism with the moral obligation to their supporters who have emotionally invested in Maida's journey. The uncertainty has sparked heated debates over whether the club should prioritize short-term gains or long-term identity, with the player's departure potentially symbolizing a crossroads moment for the organization. Every rumor, every insider tip, and every unverified report contributes to a narrative that feels larger than football, tapping into notions of loyalty, ambition, and the fleeting nature of sporting brilliance. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. In tandem with fan speculation, tactical experts are assessing the impact Maida's departure could have on Celtic's structure, noting that his absence would necessitate significant adjustments in formation, pressing strategy, and attacking link-up play. The whispers suggest that Postecoglou might have to rethink his preferred system, potentially relying on younger, less proven players to fill the void, or investing heavily in a replacement who can approximate Maida's effectiveness. There are also murmurs of contingency plans, with assistant coaches reportedly tasked with developing alternative offensive schemes, reflecting the seriousness with which the club is approaching the potential loss. Meanwhile, rival teams are said to be monitoring Celtic's predicament closely, aware that a weakened attack could alter the balance of power in the Premiership. The broader implications extend beyond individual performance, touching upon market dynamics, squad morale, and the perception of Scottish football on a European scale. Every piece of the puzzle is being scrutinized, from agent statements to minor tactical shifts in recent games, as observers attempt to predict not only Maida's next move, but the subsequent ripple effect across clubs, fans, and competitions. The tension is palpable, creating a spectacle that blurs the line between sport, strategy, and suspenseful storytelling. Amid the rumors, there are subtle signs of negotiation drama behind the scenes, with claims that Maida's camp is exploring multiple options, weighing financial, cultural, and professional considerations. Sources suggest that personal ambitions, career trajectory, and the challenge of competing in a higher-profile league may be influencing decisions just as heavily as monetary incentives. Celtic, aware of the precarious balance between retaining talent and funding reinforcements, are reportedly engaged in discussions that test both patience and negotiation skill. Fans are left oscillating between hope and despair, scrutinizing every public statement from the player and club, searching for hidden signals or assurances. Analysts speculate that timing could play a crucial role, with the transfer potentially orchestrated to coincide with market peaks in other countries, maximizing both the player's visibility and the financial benefit for Celtic. This combination of intrigue, anticipation, and strategic calculation elevates the rumor into something almost cinematic, as if the fate of a club and a career are unfolding in real time under the watchful eyes of a global audience, each detail dissected and debated, adding layers of tension and expectation to a story that seems poised to define the next chapter of Scottish football. As the saga unfolds, whispers indicate that a public announcement could come at any moment, with both Celtic and potential suitors waiting for the optimal window to reveal decisions that could shock supporters and reshape the league. The narrative has reached a fever pitch, blending emotional investment, tactical speculation, and global curiosity into a single story that transcends mere football reporting. Every rumor, every unverified insider claim, and every subtle hint has contributed to an atmosphere of suspense as fans and pundits alike prepare for the potential end of an era at Celtic Park. The emotional stakes are immense, reflecting not only the sporting value of Daizen Maida, but also the symbolic significance he has accrued among supporters. Celtic's identity, ambitions, and tactical future all hang in the balance, dependence on negotiations that remain shrouded in secrecy. The anticipation has become almost unbearable, transforming a transfer into a dramatic saga where every whisper is amplified, every speculation dissected, and every potential outcome pondered, leaving the footballing world on edge as it awaits the next chapter in what promises to be one of the most talked about stories of the season. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.